coordinates my superior sent me. You salvage person, can you open the door?
That depends. Why did they lock this place up?
Need to know basis.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Hello there, I'm J.M. Beraldo, game designer and writer. For the last 20 years, between working with big game studios, I have been developing my own space opera universe. In this channel is where I try something weird, creating stories by playing solo games. You may have got here because of my 5 parsecs from home videos. If you didn't, check it out if you don't play the game. People seem to like the stories. Today's experiment is Mothership, an horror RPG inspired by movies like Aliens and Event Horizon. So, shall we? On the last episode of 5 parsecs, dice gods didn't really help. So basically the planet is being invaded by 2 different forces. This planet is under the control of Shen-Nung Chemicals, one of the big corporations on Earth. And they've been trying to extract some kind of crystal liquid. Things have been going wrong. And a while back they decided to send one of their troubleshooters, a guy named Arden. If you watch here the 5 parsecs campaign, you know that Arden isn't exactly the most heroic kind of character. What I decided is that since they're going to play a horror game, why not put him in this spot this time? I'll be using Mythic. It's like playing any RPG, but instead of having a game master, there is a fate chart, which is a table that you roll in when you have questions, and there's a few other rules around it, like chaos factor and all that, but I'll get to it when it comes in play. The first thing we need to figure out is, okay, what's the story about? So the mystery that came up in the 5 parsecs adventure is that there is an outpost somewhere in this remote planet, and it was closed off because of a supposed accident. But apparently there was no accident at all. Something else happened. Now, what exactly it is, I have no idea. What it seems to make sense to me is that if Shen-Nung sent Arden? If Shen-Nung sent Arden to this remote location, so far away in a very tiny planet and all that, there has to be a reason. Something is very important in this place. So I'm guessing that this outpost has something that the corporation wants, and that's why Arden had been tasked with recovering it, destroying it. I don't know, let's find out. Start off the very basic way. We roll to figure out what's your objective. So Mythic and many other solo RPGs have some kind of oracle. Stables where you have different actions or themes that help you to figure out what's the story about. Start with that. Just roll a couple of dice to figure out what's the mission. What's Arden's job in this place. 56. Inquire. 80. Inquire reassurance. Inquire reassurance. Maybe, okay, I think that maybe the corporation knows that there's something very dangerous happening in this place. That's why the outpost was closed off. There's something that the corporation was afraid of, maybe? What could make the corporation afraid of something that's in such a remote planet? I mean, of course, if there's a mining operation in this place, it means that there is some value to it, right? So maybe there's something that's risking the mining operation. And yes, I think that's it. So our not exactly hero, Arden, that's him. He was sent to this place to make sure the situation is still under control, whatever it is. But of course, Arden is not going to be alone. In Mothership, what happens is that you have 4 different classes of characters. It makes sense that Arden will be the scientist. Basically, because he's definitely not a marine, and not exactly a teamster, and no, he's not an android, so he's going to be a scientist. Which means that he'll probably die very fast if it was just him, so my idea to his is have another character, some kind of marine. It's a soldier, it's a security guy, and a teamster. So since they're going back to an outpost that was closed off, it makes sense that it was hard to get in. The idea here would be that this teamster is the guy who has a salvage operation. He knows how to open doors, I guess, or guaranteed they will be closed. We need names for them, right? Actually, it's a good thing of being a writer is I have quite a few name books. Like, always be useful. Let's be random. Victor. The marine looks like Victor, doesn't he? And our teamster, the salvage guy, he is Javras. So we have our 3 characters. The way it works in Mythic is that as you play the game, you create new threads, and as things happen, there's always a chance threads advance into a conclusion until they're eventually closed. So it's easier in the end to connect all those stories together. So it makes sense that the first thread will be the mission that they have, right? So it's ensure Outpost is secured. Guess so. Also makes sense to add the fact that there is a mystery behind it, right? It could be a thread. It's separate from the rest. I'll call it "It was not an accident." There's also another list, it's the characters. And by characters can be anything. It doesn't really need to be one person. So it makes sense in this case I'll put Shen-Nung Chemicals, the corporation and hiring Arden as one of those characters. Alright, so we know there is an outpost, supposedly a mining outpost, but what else? I'm going to use a different trick here. Another thing that helps a lot, Iron Sworn, Starforged. There's a lot of tables on this game. It's pretty much focused in science fiction, right? And while it's not exactly the same kind of universe that you have in Veiled Space, but there's quite a lot of things here, including a whole part about derelicts and all that. So, you know what? I'll just roll here. Maybe I'll have some ideas of what you're going to find. So first is the altar first look. 35 hazardous readings. Okay. Ship lands outside. Anton is just ordering people to go off. Maybe they have some soldiers together with them because there is a war going on outside. Basically the planet's been invaded. So we need to look. 54. Hazardous temperature. You've seen the 5 parsecs from home episodes that the planet they are in is very cold. Even the cities, the smaller corporate cities, they have heaters on the streets to make to at least around the outposts and the cities and keep it warm enough for people to go outside, but it's also still very cold. So as they gain access to this chamber, what exactly is the first thing that they come across? I mean, what was this access point that they got through? Let's ask the dice. So production area. Monitoring and control.
Looks like a security station to check on visitors, I guess.
Tight security seems. You can probably access the system from here.
Sir, please let me check the room for any dangers first.
Sergeant, let me remind you that I'm the one in command here. There's a war going outside. Staying on this planet's not something I want to do.
Sure, sir, but this is a known environment with known risks. It's my job to keep you safe.
Yes, let's forget the worker opening doors.
Did you say something so much, Gray?
No, sir. And the name is Javras.
Can you do it or not?
You'll be the first to know when I know.
Do not stray too far away.
Shouldn't take long.
So?
$57. Impending industrial disaster. That's a great start.
What do you mean impending industrial disaster?
Hard to tell not knowing what the system is.
Need to know only.
Not like I need to fix it.
So you roll a percentile dice. You add your attribute if your skill, if you have it. And if you roll under it, it means that you managed to do it. So Java is more the technical guy. He had more hands-on experience. He knows how to repair stuff, you know. Arden is a bit more like the knowledge guy. So Arden has engineering, which might be useful. So first, Java is rolling for mechanical repair. He needs a 42. 78, no, that's a failure.
I can't even get in the system to check what is going on.
Out of the way, I'll handle this.
So if I remember correctly in Mothership, if another character is helping you, you get an advantage. I don't know if you're supposed to roll or not, but I'm going to do that because whatever, I'm the player and the game master, right? I do whatever I want. 78 again. Something very important. Every time you fail a roll in Mothership, you gain stress. Peter the Marine is just watching like...
Anything I can help you with, sir?
Do you understand about computers, Arden? Hmm?
This is not my specialty, sir.
Then do not distract me.
Makes sense that someone would have access, right? Was this place abandoned totally? Maybe there's stuff left behind? Would make sense. I mean, some kind of access card or something like that. Or maybe there's a different place where they can do it.
Let's go inside, search for another access point.
Sir, I don't think it's wise to rush in.
Something that Starforged also has is opportunity, so maybe inside this location there is something useful. Let me roll on that. Valuable cargo.
There may be something useful in these crates.
I'll use the go front on science fiction to see if there's anything interesting that can come up with that. 2. Computer tablet. So there is some kind of data pad or something like that. We'll check. Does it make sense that this tablet would help him connect to the computer? I would say it's kind of unlikely, right? Not to mention it's a bit boring if the key's right there. 56. So no, it doesn't give access, but gives you something else. I think it makes sense that this tablet has the name of someone. Maybe there's a list of manifest of who works in this place, who used to work in this place, and going over it, Anton figures out that there's a name of a person, and somewhere out there there's still a card. So they know what they need now. Okay, fine. There's a new objective. We need to find this card to be able to access the computer, find out what's going on, what's the problem going on here.
We all have a place to play in Shen-Nung's plan for this place. Even you, salvage person, despite your failings.
Right, sir, of course.
I have a mission to fulfill, and nothing's going to stop me. Sergeant, you go first.
So very courageous guy. Oh, just going to say it's the only door. And what do they find on the other side? 56. It's medical. It makes sense there will be some kind of decontamination airlock or something like that to prevent any kind of infections from going in or from going out. What kind of area? 22. Isolation and containment. Of course. Let's see if there's anything special about this area. 80. Storage. Misleading storage. Okay, but what kind of thing is stored here? Okay, I guess I know where this is going.
What is that? Some kind of ore container?
This is not how we store the Shionite we mine in this place.
Is that something that Anton knew about? I have a feeling that it's very unlikely. Well, let's see. 37. You know, he have no idea what's this supposed to be.
Looks like the biocontainers we ship food in.
In a mining facility? That's ridiculous.
See, is there any danger in this place? I'll just say 50-50 because I don't know. 91. 91 is there is danger in this place. It's Mothership, right? Let's throw that in the perils just in case. Restless Dead. Okay, I wasn't expecting that direction for the story. Viewed space is not exactly the kind of place we have zombies, but
Sir, I would advise you not to
something moves inside the canister.
step away, sir.
That doesn't sound like food.
Can they see anything that's inside? 47. Yes, they can see something inside. What is that thing that they can see inside? Let me ask the oracles. Is it a person? Or does it look like a person? I don't think this is exactly the kind of thing that Jane will be doing ourselves. I would just say it's very unlikely, but who knows? Is it a person? No. No, it's not a person. So it's some kind of animal? I'll roll on the creature's table just to see what it could be. 54. Lizard or reptilian? 11. Brutish or muscled? Susan Anton gets near the vat. I think the light is trying to tell me something. Susan Anton gets near the vat, that thing moves inside. Since it's saying it's restless dead, I'm guessing that whatever the thing is, it's very, very wounded. Maybe the murky water, which is basically me not painting very well. It's probably because the creature is already in a putrid state. Maybe it's missing limbs or something like that. Draw a few characteristics just to have an idea what more I can say about this creature. So reptilian, it's trapped inside, it's dying, it's brutish of muscle, 89. Single-eyed oversized. Oh, I think I know what that is. I've been painting miniatures recently that I think I have the perfect thing for it. They say that there's a danger here, right? So is there a risk for this thing to get loose? I mean, is it trying to break free? I would say it's likely. I'll see. 11. 11 it's oh. Yes. It's under 13, so it's very likely. Let's make this look cool. Been a while that I wanted to try this. Whose idea was this thing? It's okay. As Anton is getting it, creature breaks out of the back. Some this glue everywhere, including my hand, because I don't know why I decided to do this. Wasn't expecting it to be that sticky. Well, start with a surprise check. So surprise check is a... I need to wash my hand. Anyway, first things first is surprise check. So surprise check in Mothership is a fear check, which is not exactly the greatest. So I would say that Victor, our security guy, is in front. I'll go with him first. He needs to roll under 41. Of course he failed. Anton, 29, he needing 18. Of course he didn't. Javris needs to roll under 29. 5. Okay.
Shoot it! Shoot it!
My gun is stuck. It has to go all over it.
If I die, I'm going to fire your ass.
Now that is something you don't see every day.
He's expecting it. He knows he's playing Mothership. Javris doesn't really have a weapon. He basically have this cutting thing, which I'm just pretending to be like a laser torch, something like that. I guess that considering the situation, what he's just going to try to do is to more like scare off that thing. So the creature is wounded. I guess that you can just say that he's moving forward. So this thing is not going to come on. Just moving forward. Try to scare the thing off. Let's say it's a combat check. Oof, 14, very good. Against 34. I'll say that considering he's brutish and all that, but you're saying that it's almost dead, I'll consider that just it's enough.
Back off! Ugh, it stinks of rot. Hey,
Do something, you competent oaf!
Disappears down the corridor, leaving a trail of goo behind after a few seconds of shock.
What was that thing?
Victor runs over to the door to check if he can see where the creature went to.
It's gone. Are you okay?
yes, sure, just sticky.
Thanks for...
Yes, sure, I'm Jan, right?
Yeah, yes.
Anyway, can we leave now that we know the problem?
That was not in the briefing.
Maybe it's need to know basis, huh?
Listen here, you worker.
Is that supposed to be an insult?
This is not the moment for this. Sir, I need to know right now what you know about this facility.
Some in engineering labs testing some prototype, not that.
So that's where you come in. I mean, this is a solo game, but it's the internet, right? Let's make this interactive. What do you expect to happen next? Where should Arden and the other ones go? What should be in this facility? What should be the next steps? What happens next episode? Leave your ideas in the comments. I'll see how I can integrate it. And then I'll ask the fate charts. I mean, of course, I'm not the one in control. But I'm pretty sure that considering how things have been going so far, yeah, it's going to be bad. So do your worst. And of course, until then, remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Mothership. Who was the moron who had this stupid idea?